Guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a new reaction to Allinwithari. If you're clicking on this video, chances are you know who she is. If not, I will link a couple of videos down below. Watch those and then come back to this one. But this video came out and a few of you immediately messaged me and said, did you see this video? What are your thoughts? So I'm just going to do an actual reaction. I've not listened to this yet, but we're going to hear what she has to say. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so this video is about 28 minutes long. I'm gonna put it at 1.5 times speed, which I do often with reactions because I respect your all's time and I know that you don't want to be here for an hour listening to this nonsense. So we're gonna speed it up just a little bit. Hopefully this video will be manageable and y'all can get through it without having to take breaks and get annoyed and have to come back. So let's get through it together right now. All right, so the title of the video is Laughs, Tears, and Blankets. It was uploaded an hour ago. It has 492 likes to only 2 dislikes, so that's interesting. But the comments are already not very good. So maybe I'll read a couple comments at the end. Let's watch the video first and try to make it through.
An opportunity to give somebody one of my little packages, one of my little care packages. It's this woman who actually slept in front of my car 2 nights ago, just like on the concrete right there in front of my car. I guess, I don't know, I guess it makes her feel safe to sleep right next to cars, because I've noticed that she's like in the same area. She has a blanket and a few other items. She doesn't look like she is currently on drugs. She looks pretty coherent, and I sat here.
Okay, I am sorry, but first of all, she doesn't look like she's on drugs. Well, here's the thing. If someone is homeless and whether or not they are in their active addiction or a recovery process, they still deserve human decency, common respect. If someone wants to give a bottle of water or a meal to someone, I don't care if they are in active addiction or recovery or if they've never gone through either before. What does that even have to do with anything? What, you're not going to give someone a blanket because you think that they might be using? I don't like that.
I watched her a little bit and she's getting a lot of stares, a lot of people just looking at her, and you know, they continue to drive off or walk by or whatever, and she smiles and waves at them, and
you know, and it really sucks because people like Ari can ruin it for other homeless people. There have been so many homeless people where, you know, it's like they're acting like they're homeless and then they're exposed for not actually being homeless. And it just really sucks because when it comes to that, it is true, like one bad apple ruins it for the whole bunch. And I know that not everybody thinks that way, but I have heard even from some of y'all where you say, yeah, like there was this homeless guy, I saw him get exposed on YouTube, and now I kind of look 2 or 3 times at other people that are asking for help in my local area. So it just kind of sucks because I know that for people that are genuinely homeless, they will do anything to be able to sleep in a car for a night or get a hotel or get a job. And then you have Ari here riding around in her car, drinking Starbucks, shopping at Target, wasting gas, and she literally quit her job because of YouTube. So, ew.
you could tell she has a beautiful heart. And she looks alone. And she looks like she could use a friend and maybe just a helping hand. At this moment, there's not a whole lot I can do. I can give her one of my care packages that I made, but also so
there's not much that I can do, but I can give her one of these care packages. Why don't you buy her a few meals? Why don't you put her into a hotel for a night or 2? Since you have made all this money exploiting homelessness on YouTube, why don't you be the savior that you want to appear to be? And why don't you put her in a hotel for a night?
I've mentioned to you guys before that I have a lot of headbands, and a lot of them which I don't even wear. They're like still brand new, These are all, I think I've maybe worn 1 or 2 of these like once, but I have a lot of brand new headbands. You can wear them as masks. They're those big ones. But I know as a woman, it's always nice to just have your hair out of your face. You know, it makes you feel a little fresher, a little cleaner, a little just a little better overall. And so I know every woman can appreciate.
So I'm not going to give her any money, but I'm going to give her a head wrap and a bottle of water and some hand sanitizer. Oh my God.
A head wrap. And then of course she's gonna get a bottle of water. I got the chills just talking about it. It's just, this kind of stuff breaks my heart, guys. It really does. And
you know, it is heartbreaking, and it's heartbreaking for those that are actually in that situation and they're not choosing to be in that situation. There are homeless people that actually got a really tough, you know, set of situations or circumstances handed to them, and they just couldn't find their way out. They couldn't get the job. They couldn't keep up with the rent. They couldn't keep up with their car payments. And they are out there not by choice, but because they literally have nothing else and nowhere else to go. That's why people are so enraged with Ari when she wants to sit here riding around in her car and making homelessness look like it's some kind of hippie, chic, peace, love, and positivity lifestyle. That is not what it is.
since I do spend a lot of time like in my car, I do pay attention to people. Like I watch people a lot, but not just to watch what they're doing. Like I pay attention. That's always been a part of me. That's always been a big part of me, is to figure out how the world works, figure out how people work, figure out what they're thinking, why they're thinking it, why are they doing what they do. You know, that's just always been me. I've always had like a desire for deeper knowledge, a deeper understanding of
You would think that she would have deeper, wanting to find like deeper understanding in her child. Like, why am I okay with leaving my child, going across the country, coming up with this new identity? Why am I okay with just faking it till I make it? And I literally have a little boy back in Arkansas who was not only put in harm's way because of Ari and her mistreatment of him, but now he's also wondering why his mother is no longer even in the same state where he lives, but she's also doing this all over YouTube.
things that people usually don't really think about, you know. But yeah, she's just sitting over there under a tree, and so I'm about to, I don't want to film it because privacy reasons. I don't know, you know, what she's going through, or if she'd even be okay with that. And honestly, I just feel like
she films everything. Why not film it? And since you're such a master editor, Ronnie, and I meant to call her Ronnie, it's still in my mind, but Ronnie, you film everything. You film any little thing that you're doing throughout your day. So why not film actually giving back and utilize an editing tool that is called a blur. Blur the person's face and actually prove to people that you are giving back, even if it's not probably to the level that a lot of people would like to see. Bare minimum, there's a little bit of proof that you're actually giving back.
I'd be invading her personal space. And it's not worth it for me to get that for my channel. I'm just gonna let you guys know that's what I'm doing, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes.
Guess what? When YouTubers have trust with their audience, this is usually something that would be no big deal. But Ronnie has been exposed as a con artist, a scammer, a grifter, an exploiter of the hashtag homeless word on YouTube. And now we're supposed to just automatically trust her. That's not how YouTube works. Once trust is depleted, it's gone forever.
But, all right, guys, I love you. I'm sorry I'm always crying. Like, this stuff just makes me emotional. I truly care about people. Like, I just want to help people. But yeah, anyways, I'll be back. I love you.
She doesn't want to help people. Ronnie wants to help herself. Ronnie wants to help her bottom line. What's in it for her? How is she going to reproduce what she made in July as far as AdSense goes? How is she going to backpedal out of the mess that she has created on this platform?
There's like guys with badges that pulled up behind me, so I was trying to figure out what was going on. As soon as I opened my door, I heard a siren, a police car siren, and I saw a police car, like, he didn't have his lights on or anything, but he like pulled right up, right in front of my car where I'm parked. So I got out of my car and noticed that she was not there. Or she's not there. I'm looking at it right now. She's all her stuff is still there, but she's not anywhere to be found. Oh, also guys, so I'm actually over here by where I told you that I sometimes go, that has like a few parking spots that did allow overnight. Well, I don't know if they allowed it, but they didn't enforce not parking overnight in these certain spots. But now, as of actually yesterday, there are signs up.
You know what's so funny? She could, since she wanted to quit her job so quickly out of her, you know, little moment on YouTube, why not decide to volunteer your parts of your day to a local food bank or a shelter? Why not do that? You know, instead of making 20 little kits with hand sanitizer and wanting it to be all cute for YouTube, why not actually go volunteer hours at a local shelter instead of driving around wasting gas sipping on $10 cups of coffee? That's just one idea, and that took me 2 seconds to come up with.
That say temporary parking, no overnight parking. And it sucks because that was like one of the last places I knew of other. She just seems so content and calm and happy. I don't know about happy, but chill. But anyway, what I was getting at was yeah, I can no longer park in that area. So
is she saying that other homeless people are not chill? What's like, what are you getting at there?
I found another area that I've noticed some vans parking in. So I tried it last night and got away with it. Like, the first thing I do whenever I wake up is like I pull my sunshade down to see if I have a ticket on my windshield. Oh yeah, they're like just cracking down, man. They're starting to really crack down on overnight parking. I'm about to drink her bottle of water. I'm so weird. Like, there's days where I'll just like hop out of my car and go talk to somebody or help somebody, no problem. And then there's other days I'm just like shy and timid and like, not embarrassed, but just like, I don't know, hesitant. Not because I don't want to help them. I obviously want to help them, but it's like, I'm shy. And so I guess that shyness comes out. But when it comes down to it, man, like, that doesn't matter to them, you know? Like, any act of kindness means everything to these people, to anybody, really.
She's not shy. Come on now. Come on, Ronnie. You really expect people to believe that you're shy when you've blasted your entire situation and spilled dirt and tea about your family and talking about your grandma who's not even here to defend herself anymore? You want to talk about you're shy? You blasted everything on YouTube within weeks of creating your channel.
Like, any sort of act of kindness, even if it's just a smile, like, that can really turn somebody's life around. It doesn't look like she's been homeless for too long. Like, her clothes look...
A smile can turn someone's life around. Do you realize how stupid that sounds? A smile. Now, let's see. If a smile could turn people's lives around, there would be no such thing as homelessness, depression, people struggling to buy groceries, people losing their vehicles to repossession. A smile might be a nice gesture once in a while to someone who's having a tough day, but let's be honest, money is what actually turns lives around. That's just the hard truth of it all.
Decent, and but I don't know, you know, like, you see what people say about me, like, they think I'm all around phony because I'm too like clean, I guess, and like my clothes aren't rags. But
No. See, she's twisting shit here. So the people that are eating up everything that she says would believe this. But let me clarify something for you. What people are saying is she's never wearing the same thing twice. Where is she storing all of her clothing if she's never wearing the same thing twice? Nobody's saying, oh, her clothes don't have holes, they're not rags. That's not the situation at all. It's the fact that she's literally always in something new. And when you're living out of your car, you have limited storage. So how is it that you constantly have a brand new outfit and little to no storage in your vehicle? So much so that she won't even buy full-size shampoo and conditioner because she is so limited on space.
I for sure live in my car, and I just do the best I can with what I have, and I'm sure that's what she's doing. So I don't want to judge. I don't want to like say that she hasn't been doing this for long, because I don't have a clue. I truly don't have a clue. She could have been doing this for longer than me. And she's living straight outside, so that's even more impressive that she's able to pull herself together, like even living outside like this. She's making her bed. Well, really, she just threw her blanket over there on a bush. Okay, so she does smoke, and I do happen to have a couple of lighters in here from whenever I was smoking herb. I don't smoke. I just vape. I don't smoke. Let me put it that way. I don't smoke. I vape. I had to quit the whole smoking because it was just too hard on my throat and my lungs. So.
And by the way, let's talk about her vaping for a second. Very, very expensive habit to have, considering that you're living out of your car. Same girl or same woman that wanted to complain about the cost of living in California, even though she has no rent, no utilities, no homeowners insurance, nothing. Wanted to complain about the cost of living in California. She chose to live in California, by the way. This wasn't dropped in her lap. It was her choice. It was an intentional move that she decided to make. And if you're vaping, don't get me wrong, smoking is expensive too. But if you are literally living in your car, grifting and sad fishing online for people to watch your videos, and you're plugging your Cash App and doing Patreon and all this kind of stuff, vaping is a very expensive habit to carry alongside being a grifter online.
And I like to sing, and it wasn't helping that. So I see her holding a cigarette, but I don't know if she has a light. So maybe I'll throw in a lighter in her little care package thing. Later. All right, I'll be back. I'm not going to be able to say this without crying, so you guys are just going to have to deal with it. Sorry. So I approached the woman, and her skin, her face was all...
How about instead of wet ones, why don't you give her some money? I don't know, like...
sunburnt and peeling, like really bad. Like it almost looked like 2nd degree, 3rd degree burn. It was just so...
Okay, so you didn't want to film her for privacy, but you're telling everybody how, quote, terrible and disheveled she looked? This is disgusting.
So bad. Like it was a deep burn, and then just the whole top of her face was just, it was peeling. It almost looked like she just come out of a fire.
That's what happens when people literally live outside. They're not the aesthetic homeless type person that you are, where you're driving around in a vehicle all day wasting gas sipping on Starbucks. And for someone who is so compassionate and informed and wanting to help homeless people, why is this something that is even a topic of discussion? You should know that, yes, literally living outside 24 hours a day is going to do some damage to your skin if you don't have a hat, if you don't have access to sunscreen or shade or whatever. Yeah, it's really rough. So I don't understand why this is even being put into the video when she was so concerned about giving this woman privacy and respect a couple minutes ago.
But I gave her a bag. I threw in a headband and extra lighter that I happen to have here in my car. I approached her, and I just smiled, and I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And she tried to smile, but she was hurting. Like she had pain in her eyes, and she said something along the lines of, "Oh, just I'm making it," or something like that. And I told her, I said, I see you sleeping out here in the streets, and I just wanted to give this to you. I hope it helps." And I handed her the bag, and she was very appreciative. And she kind of had her head, she was like looking out at the ground. She said, "I could really use a clean blanket." I am so glad I happen to have an extra blanket in my car, and not just like a little throw blanket. Like it's a good, oh, sorry about that glare. It's a good, thick, fuzzy, it's almost like a comforter type. It's a really heavy duty good blanket, and I'm so glad I got to give it to her. It's been sitting in my trunk because right now it's just too hot to have a second blanket. So yeah, it's just been sitting in my trunk. It's clean. I washed it, but I had it folded up and like stuffed back there. But it's got a big sea turtle on it, and I love it. It's actually my favorite blanket, but that is totally okay. I am so glad that it got to go to her, because she needed it. Like, she needed it, man. Like, whenever I was walking up to her, and oh my gosh, it's like the steepest hill in the world. Hold on. I feel like if I take my foot off the gas for a second, I'll just go straight backwards. It's like being on a roller coaster. Like, this is literally, my seat's not even leaned back. That's how far back. Oh my gosh, people go, please. That's a terrible hill. But I am so 100% just satisfied that she got it. I'm just so happy that she got it.
Here's the thing too, I've done a little bit of viewing other channels of people that live in their vehicles full time, not van life, but people that actually live in, you know, like a sedan or, you know, a car is what I'm trying to say. And their setup is completely different than Ari, and it's pretty consistent that if you're living in your vehicle full time, even if you're using your trunk for storage, you're going to have a lot of stuff in your car. And this is the other thing with her constantly having new clothing. Where's the old clothing going? She's not donating it. Not that she has said that she's donating anything that is old and she's not wearing it. And her car is far too clean to think that she is literally in her car 24 hours a day. I don't know, guys. Like, I just, initially I was like 20%, like maybe I'm wrong. I might have to eat my words on this, but very quickly I kind of started to see what everyone else was seeing as well for the full picture. And this girl is a bullshit artist, and that's my opinion. And any of you Ari fans, the small group that are still out there, if y'all want to come in my comment section and say that I'm jealous one more time, go for it. It helps my video a whole lot when you leave comments like that. But what is there to be jealous of? This is my question. Number one, I would never be jealous of someone who misleads their audience. I would never be jealous of someone who collects money under false pretenses. I would never be jealous of someone who spills all the tea on their dead grandmother. I would never be jealous of someone who grifts. And I would never be jealous of a mother that ran away from her child after literally putting him in harm's way and leaving him with a fractured skull. What is there to be jealous of? I would never want to keep up with a lie the way that she has to do it, all for the sake of money. Ew.
People, like, all right, I'm gonna have to like make a U right here. Hopefully no one comes down that hill. This is so, I don't think this is legal. All right, made it, cool. This is like a really dangerous area. But yeah, she got the blanket, and my heart is so full, and I was nervous.
She got a blanket, guys. Like, that's just gonna turn her whole life around. You know, having a blanket is just life changing. It is literally going to put the biggest smile on her face. Even though we're in the middle of summer still, and it's probably 100-degree heat index in LA, she really needed that blanket right now, like today. It's going to turn her entire life upside down, and she's just gonna wake up and do backflips tomorrow and be the happiest person ever because Ronnie gave her a blanket and a fucking lighter. Oh, and some hand sanitizer and shampoo. Who cares? I don't even believe that there was a lady. I think this whole thing is fabricated, allegedly, and that's just my opinion.
But like, I felt shy and nervous to even approach her, but
I think she came up with this imaginary person as a new storyline, as a way to gain favor with some of the people who are not on the side that I'm on, but they might be a little bit on the fence. And some people might hear this and say, oh, well, you know, she helped that sweet lady. And it might buy her a little bit more time with a few of them. But I think that most people who live in reality and have a little bit of logic can see exactly what's going on here, and that's why people are just cleaning their hands of Ronnie, and it's done.
It's just the enemy trying to hold me back from somebody who obviously needed me in that moment. So thank you, God, for putting her in my path and allowing me to bless her.
You know what? God doesn't like dishonesty. God does not like exploiters. God doesn't like liars. So all of this little bullshit that she's doing, all for the sake of $1, God's watching, Ronnie.
Like I did. Like, she was so happy with that blanket. Whenever I drove off, she was like hugging it and smelling it.
Yeah, because every homeless person really wants to lug around a fucking blanket when it's 100 degrees outside.
Just yep, just made my date. She's been through some stuff, man. And that's what I try to take into consideration when people, you know, with all this hate and stuff going on towards me.
Listen, she can call it hate. People are just calling her on her bullshit. And she never thought that this would happen. She definitely didn't think that it would happen so soon. And that's why she's upset. So, Ronnie, if you want to call it hate, do whatever you want. But most people that are looking at this situation are just calling out the inconsistencies, seeing it for what it is, which is grifting, and asking some surface level questions as to the official court documents that have been released discussing the terrible situation that you put your son in.
All the lies and just pure hate. I don't even know another word for it. It's just hate and lies.
I'm sure that there are some people that, you know, are spreading hate, but I will say I've seen several creators talking about her, and for the most part, I just see people reacting to public info from public websites and sharing their opinions about it. I have seen a couple of pieces of misinformation about her, but it's literally like 2 things that I've come across. Most of it is just literally looking at this for what it is. It's very simple to see what's going on here.
That's what I try to take into consideration, is that, oh, these old people are trying to cross the street all fast. It's okay, I'm not rushing you. Take your time, please. Like, if I could get out of my car and help you walk across, I would, but I can't. But that's what I try to take into consideration when it comes to all this hate and stuff. Yeah, it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not just like unfazed by it. It sucks to see all the lies going on about me, like this crazy stuff that I've never even knew about myself. But really, it's just
stuff that you never knew, like the fact that your son showed up at the hospital, you tried to conceal a physical injury as allergies. Is that a lie? A lot of people must be in on that lie then.
People aren't happy, man, in this world. Like, people are so miserable and just unhappy in their lives that's what it has come down to. It's just hating on others for whatever reason.
So she's projecting here, in my opinion. People who live in reality and have very logical points of views to Ronnie and her presence online, nobody has to be miserable to be able to look at her and call her a grifter. Now, if you automatically look at someone who has an opposing opinion as you, and you automatically say they're miserable, hateful, cruel, and jealous, you're simply projecting. You're not even looking at, okay, why are they saying this? Was there information that came out that maybe there is a cause for concern? It's just much easier for Ronnie to veil it as a bunch of haters, and she's just the Jesus-loving little girl that's, you know, rolling around in her car, wasting everyone's money on gasoline and not putting a deposit down on an apartment, because she knows that once she gets into an apartment, the gig is up, the storyline's up. Nobody would be interested in what is she doing from an apartment. So she has to keep this going, and she was not prepared for that info to come out so quickly. It caught her off guard, and she isn't happy about it. I wouldn't be either, but I would damn sure own my my fuck ups. If they were made public and I was hiding something, you have to own it in order to move on, period.
Reasons, making up reasons to feel some sort of satisfaction, and it's just like a band-aid, like a temporary fix, just like anything else, like a drug, like a drink of alcohol. It's all just a temporary fix, and unfortunately it's the kind of poison that affects other people, and that's how they're able to deal.
So let's still go back to the fact that we have a mother who left her son in another state and is trying to exploit homelessness for her own financial gain. And when questions have come up, she has completely avoided them. And now everyone's just a hater and a mean troll and just, you know, salty for no reason because they're miserable. Try that shit with someone else. But let's be honest, most people that are taking in commentary realize what the gig is, and they're able to look at the fact pattern and put the pieces together. That's exactly what people have done with Ronnie.
Catching on to this spot too. This is I don't know where I'm gonna go after this one. We shall see. Okay, I'm gonna put these curtains up. Because... There we go. Where is that coming from? That is the weirdest. And my sunshade is covering every single part of the window. Like, you can't see any of the window. And then there's that beam of light going across my face.
It's from the Lord and Savior.
Where is it beaming through? I don't get it. There's no, like, cool. I have a ring light, actually, that I could use. Since I'm in the mood to record all of a sudden. Yeah, so I have not been in the mood to record. I don't know why. I don't know.
It's because she doesn't want to answer questions. Anytime you're being called out left, right, and center off of things that are, you know, factual documents that have come out, like the court documents, when you're being called out on that and you have subscribers asking you questions, you have non-subscribers asking questions, you have commentary channels making videos, you have videos on TikTok of people reacting to it, and you're not ready to face the music and at least tell people a surface level explanation of what the hell happened, it equates to someone who's not in the mood to film.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I'm like so excited. I'm just so excited that she got the blanket. I'm so excited that I got to help her. It is like truly, truly the best feeling in the world. It is the best feeling.
Listen, I would be sized off a blanket too if it was like fall going into winter. I would be, you know, bursting with excitement to know that this person has a way to keep warm. But considering the season that we're in, and in LA, cold months are still months away. And even then, you know, we're talking about it getting chilly at night, not so much during the day. I think that if you really want to help people, I think that maybe a sunshade, an umbrella, some sort of, maybe like a portable fan with a few packs of batteries. There are many things that I think would have been more useful, and I will go back to it again. How about a night in a hotel? Allow her to go to a hotel and take a bath like Ari did, and dance around in the mirror and use her vape. How about everything that Ari has done from a 5-star resort, hotel, whatever? How about you do that for someone who is actually homeless? Put them in the hotel. Give them your vape. Give them, you know, some stuff from Target and a couple of $10 cups of coffee from Starbucks. The girl has made enough by exploiting the hell out of homelessness. And she says she wants to give back, but here we are with some wet ones and a fucking blanket in the middle of summer in LA. Get real.
In the world, like, I can't explain it. You just have to go help somebody to understand, like, somebody who truly needs help and being able to fulfill even such a small need, like, or something that seems small to us could mean everything to that person. So it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm gonna get my ring light. I can't stop crying. Like, I seriously cannot stop. I'm trying to stop crying, and I cannot stop crying because that beautiful woman.
I don't believe this woman existed. All right, let's get through some more of this.
It's not a very expensive one. This is actually, it's plastic too, which is good because maybe I won't break it.
Most ring lights are plastic, Ari.
And literally, this was the smallest one that they had. The next smallest was one that clips on your phone, and I didn't want one of those.
No, they actually have smaller ring lights where it's not the one that it clips on your phone. It can like clip onto the side of a desk or something. So whatever.
Because they didn't really have good reviews. This one had good reviews. It had almost 5 stars, like 4.5 stars or something. But yeah, I got a ring light because, like, right now, I mean, the sun's going down, but my shades are up, and it just makes it hard for you guys to see me. So, and at night too, to be honest, like, now that I don't work a 9 to 5, my sleeping schedule is a bit different. I do stay up a lot later now. And so whenever I'm up, just sitting there or watching movies, I always think of stuff that I want to say. Like, I always think of things that I want to record. I'm like, oh, I can't record. I mean, it's dark. But maybe this will help.
Okay, so at the very end, she shows a very small clip of the woman who allegedly got the blanket. I'm just not going to keep you here and make you listen to her nonsense. I think we get the gist. But a couple of the comments, this is what I'm talking about. God bless you, Ari. Wow, the world is really that hate-filled. It's a sad state of affairs. God help us all. Stop the hate and stop watching her videos if you don't like her or them. You have such a giving heart, giving and caring heart, Ari. The don't like, don't watch. Y'all know how I feel about that. Crumple it up, throw it in the garbage, and light it on fire. Because if you're putting public videos out onto YouTube, people are going to have opinions about them. And especially if you're exploiting things like children, domestic violence, addiction, homelessness, any of these things, people are really going to have opinions about that, because it's very clear who is really using their platform to tell their story versus who is exploiting it for financial gain. And oh boy, once the internet looks at you and can see that you're exploiting it for financial gain, forget about it. It's over from there. Someone said, it's too bad you don't care about your son this much. I don't think anyone hates you, Ari. Most are just trying to figure out how from living in your car to a luxury hotel for a night or a weekend or whatever. I watched all your videos. I felt bad for you living in your car. I know bad things happen to good people, but again, bad things can happen to people who lie also. Not saying you're lying or anything, but some of the things just don't add up. Scam artist, you're all being fooled. Court record and criminal records are not lies. Lies are insinuating that you're in a bad situation to garner sympathy and then have money offered to you as a way to help you out of the situation you're in. Receiving that money from them, knowing that you're in a dire situation when you were not, is also a form of lying, aka fraud. You're so sweet and sensitive. Whatever. Might as well start only for fans site. This channel is dead. Your story is worthless. Boohoo, stop the crap. You have enough money to help this person. Go away already, will you? Your channel is dead. Nobody wants your headbands. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't understand like this whole savior complex when I get it, okay? Like some people, that might be all that they have to offer, but with her, that's not all she has to offer. And the amount of grifting and just making money to not put it towards her bettering her situation and then quitting her job and all the things that we've seen unfold, to offer this woman a little Ziploc bag of items and a blanket and literally shed tears and act like you're just doing the Lord's work is disgusting. So either way, I hope that I didn't keep you guys here for too long. I know that these videos can get a little long because it's a reaction, but I know some of y'all like longer videos, some like shorter ones. I'm just trying to keep everyone happy. But yeah, tell me what you think. We'll keep an eye on her channel and see where it goes from here. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.